think we got into the boats around 7 o'clock, floated around out there to about 9 o'clock. Probably hit the beach sometime between 9:30. We were in a third wave. And as specified, the 28th Regiment, all of it went up on Green Beach, which was adjacent to that Mount Shirabachi. Getting a little bit wet from the spray, hearing a lot of noise, seeing a lot of smoke, seeing a couple boats being hit. Saw one Higgins boat swamp out there about maybe 200 yards from shore, and then the next thing you know, Higgins boat was up against the beach, and the front end opened, and we started to attempt to negotiate those slopes that were, as everybody knows from history, is that black sand. And it was difficult to walk or run in it because it was so loose and you could sink into it. I think you just, if you're fortunate, you accept it. But I know that my foxhole buddies and me were saying, well, if I get one, I hope it's a good one and I'm gone so that I don't go home and become a problem for somebody in the family. I hope I either get off without a scratch or I get carried off because I don't want all that problem in between. If it's going to be a clean hit, that's the way it would be. The 28th Regiment was assigned to go across the island, which is about 800 yards, then pivot to the left, and the whole regiment was assigned to capture Mount Shirabachi. So while the elements of the 5th and the 4th Division went north, we turned and went south until the Mount Shirabachi was captured and we had the high ground, so to speak, and put it out of commission. We owned it, you might say. We had the advantage of it. And that was probably like I was wounded the first time on D-Day +4. And that's the day that the flags were raised, and I can say that that probably was the last day that there was full resistance coming from that area. Well, first of all, came the wound to my head. Then I, on a stretcher, placed into a Higgins boat along with 2 or 3 other wounded Marines. The Higgins boat went out to the ocean someplace out there, tied up to what they call a dry dock, and we were lifted from the Higgins boat in the stretcher onto the dry dock. Then ropes were attached to the stretcher, and apparently an engine someplace pulled the stretcher up, swung you over some feet, and then lowered you down onto the deck of the hospital ship. And it was when I was at the peak of that lift process that the flag went up. Which one, I don't know. First one or second one, but there was a lot of bell ringing, extra sounds of shooting apparently. And somebody's on the deck of the ship hollered, "Look, I can see the flag." I rolled over on my side and I could see it too from a distance.